NFL Week 8 is here. The jackpots are even bigger. Let's see if we can do it. Hey there, everybody. Welcome on to this episode of Winning Bets. That's right. It's NFL Week 8. So you guys know what that means. It's our free fantasy games that we love to play. You can win up over $200,000 up over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. We can win over $40,000 on the Play Barstools app. And we can win another $2,000 over on the Yahoo Fantasy Slate app. Feels good to be sitting here with you guys. I was sick last week. I apologize. I was unable to put together the video on this great NFL schedule that we love. But here we are, NFL Week 8. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. And let's start with that Fox Bet Super 6 app, where apparently the jackpot gets bigger due to each entry that gets put into this contest. So tell your friends, let's get this jackpot raised up. It's already up well over $200,000. You guys know how this goes by now. They give you 6 games. You got to quickly predict all 6 games. You got to give them the winner and the win margin right to take home that jackpot prize. So let's jump on into it. All right, so game number 1 here is the Rams versus the Texans. And based on the win margins, I didn't spend a whole lot of time on this game. I can't envision a scenario in which the Texans are able to keep this game close. If you guys can, hey, drop a comment on this video and let me know how the Texans can keep this close. But that fact that they give you 13 or plus, I'm all over the Rams beating the Texans at 13 plus. The real spread at sportsbooks across the country is at 14. So to take 13 plus is an absolute no-brainer right here. So I'm on Rams 13 plus. The next one we get here is the 49ers versus the Bears. This one's going to be tough. You guys know I live in Chicago. I listen to all the radio here. The Bears have a terrible offense. It's one of the worst in all of the league right there. Justin Fields is not figuring it out. The Bears actually rank 4.6 yards per play, which is 30th in the NFL. Their offense is just not even moving. And Khalil Mack is also questionable. We don't know if he's going to play. So you give me an absolutely terrible offense, remove their bona fide, their best player, not only the best player on defense, but one you absolutely have to game plan against. I just don't like the Bears here. They've been playing tough teams, or they've been playing teams tough at home, which gives me a slither of maybe a hope that they can do it. But I don't know. It's just that offense. Boy, it's absolutely terrible. So I'm going to go ahead and side with the 49ers on this one. And I think 49ers win this game by 4-7. I like that range right there because you get numbers 4, 6, and 7. And we know how important those numbers are in the NFL. So give me 49ers winning this game by 4-7. Next one we got here is Steelers versus Browns. And the Browns have a plethora of injuries. You still got Nick Chubb. You've still got Baker Mayfield. You still got Jarvis Landry. You still got Kareem Hunt. Those guys are tons of injuries. But what I did learn last night on Thursday Night Football, and I've always known it, but I got reminded of it last night, is don't read too much into injuries unless it is bona fide, just star players. You saw what the Packers were able to do with the depleted wide receiver corps, going into an undefeated Arizona and knocking them off and doing it in pretty good fashion right there. I mean, it was obviously a close game, but the Packers, it felt like they were kind of always, in control of that game. They obviously got a couple things to go their way, but that happens in the NFL, but the ball bounces your way some ways. But anyways, I learned just don't read too much into injuries. Browns still have an absolutely fantastic defense. I think it can go up against the Steelers offense and handle them pretty well. And I think the Browns can get it going on offense. I don't know if it's going to be Baker. I don't know if it's going to be Case Keenum, but I think they can get it done. So go ahead and give me the Browns, and this will be a victory by 1 to 3 points. This will be a low scoring. You guys know how these NFC or AFC North games go, especially between these Steelers and Browns. This one will be low scoring. It'll be a fantastic game, but I've got the Browns winning this one by 1 to 3. If we move it over along, we get the Eagles and the Lions. You guys know from my daily sports betting show, I actually like the Lions this week. I actually got a real sports bet on the Lions covering this spread. The Lions have played everybody tough. I mean, most teams, they've played everybody tough. Packers right there in that first half. Ravens have to kick a game-winning field goal. The other couple weeks ago, the opponent had to kick a game-winning field goal there to beat them right there. They were playing the Rams tough, at least for chunks of that game. Their coach is trying to get a first win. He's doing everything. He's strategizing. He's coming up with different ways to kind of catch the opponent off guard. And this is the one where if you look up the stats, they're not a whole hell of a lot worse than often these Eagles. And in fact, they do some things better than the Eagles. So the Lions at home, with the way they've been playing, the way they've been competing, I like the Lions here. I think they're going to get their first victory. It'll be close just because it's the Lions, and they don't have the ability to blow anybody out or really win comfortably yet at this stage of their rebuild up under Dan Campbell. I like the Lions winning this game though by 1 to 3 points. Next one we got here is Panthers versus Falcons. Again, I've got another real sports bet on the Falcons covering the spread on this one. Sam Darnold, benched last week. Now they're going to go back to Sam Darnold, but he's an absolute head case. I don't trust him in this moment. We saw what he did with the Jets. You're looking like you're getting that Sam Darnold after a really good start. the bad Sam Darnold is starting to come out. They still don't have CMC, which is obviously hurting this offense right there for the Panthers. And defensively, they've really feasted on poor competition earlier up on the season. So I like the Falcons in this spot. I think they can get a nice victory here. They got a nice victory last week on the road in Miami. I like the Falcons. I like them relatively big from 8 to 12. It was tough for me to kind of settle on a win margin. I think the Falcons can get it done, though, at home. Build off last week's momentum. So give me Falcons winning this game by 8 to 12 points. Then the last one here they give us here is Buccaneers versus Saints. I'm obviously all on the Buccaneers, and I'm on the Buccaneers pretty big because we saw the Saints there on Monday night. They couldn't move the ball up against that Seattle offense. Jameis Winston holding on to the ball way too long, absolutely way too long. Can't throw an accurate pass, can't be decisive in his playmaking. If that Jameis Winston shows up, they'll get absolutely blown out by this Tampa Bay team. Tampa Bay team that is obviously top 3 in rush defense, really good overall, on defense overall. And then from an offensive standpoint, I mean, they run it and pass it just as well as any team in the league. So all we need is just average Jameis, or give me that Jameis that showed up on Monday night. This game will be an absolute blowout, so I've got Bucs winning this game by 13 plus. All right, let's move it over now to the Play Barstools app where we can win $40,000. This is the game where you got to pick several games against the spread and then give them a Monday night score correctly predicted on that Monday night score. So the first one here is Dolphins versus Bills. Bills minus 13.5. I think the Bills will cover that minus 13.5 points. They're 8-1 under Sean McDermott. Up against these Miami Dolphins, have absolutely handled them, shut them out earlier on the season. Dolphins will be motivated coming off a shutout against the Bills, but doesn't matter. Bills off a bye at home. Give me the Bills laying those 13.5 points. Next one here is 49ers Bears. I'll take the Bears and the points. I mean, this one's just, it's tough. It's tough. I will take the Bears, but if we get word that there's no Khalil Mack, I'm jumping on the 49ers here, but I'll take the Bears plus 4.5 here. Titans, Colts, I'm on the Colts, and you can get 1.5 points. The sportsbooks now have the Colts favored. I do think the Colts will get them. It's hard to beat a team twice in one season in the NFL. Colts have been playing pretty good here lately, and this feels like the Titans will come off a high, right? You had a really good performance up against the Bills, a really good performance up against the Chiefs. Now you go play a division opponent on the road in Indianapolis. This is going to be a good letdown spot here for the Titans, so give me the Colts and plus 1.5 points. Next one we get here is the Bengals versus Jets, and the Jets are getting 9.5 points. That's not enough points. I'm laying the 9.5 points with the Bengals. They should easily handle it. If they really manhandle the Ravens, they should absolutely destroy the Jets. And I'm not worried here about a letdown spot. Nice young team right here in the Bengals. Still hungry, still driving. Give me those Bengals minus 9.5 points. Patriots, Chargers is up next. Give me Chargers minus 5.5. Offense is just too good. Defense is good enough to slow down Mac Jones led Patriots offense, and they're not going to be able to keep up with this Chargers offense. They're really good. So Chargers minus 5.5 for me. Washington Broncos is up next. I've got a real sports bet on Washington winning this game. They're going to go into Denver and win this game, so I'll gladly take the 3.5 points right there. Bucs, Saints, Bucs minus 4.5. It's an absolute no-brainer. Even if good Jameis Winston shows up, I don't know if he can keep it within 5 points. I think they're obviously going to get blown out just because of how Jameis Winston plays. But even if good Jameis shows up, I don't think 4.5 points is enough for this Saints team. Give me those Bucs minus 4.5. Then you get Cowboys, Vikings. I like the Vikings here. We don't know what Dak Prescott's going to play or not, but I even like the Vikings regardless of whether or not Dak Prescott plays. This is the Vikings team that is also playing teams really tough. They're competitive. They're getting some wins from time to time. I like the Vikings. Give me that 1.5 points on Sunday Night Football. And then Monday Night Football, you got to correctly predict the score between the Giants and Chiefs. I'll say Chiefs 30 and Giants 20 is what I'll say right there. That one's going to be, I think, high scoring right there. The Giants will get a lot of good production, I think, from their pass game, but the Chiefs will get a nice double-digit win. All right, now let's move it over to the Yahoo Fantasy Slate app where we can win $2,000. They give you a handful of questions, player props, game props. It's a mix. I like it. Let's go ahead and answer it right here. Cowboys, Vikings. Go ahead and give me the Vikings. What's going to be the longest play from scrimmage? I'm going to say Dallas. Their yard per play is 7.1 yards versus the Vikings of 5.7 yards. So give me Dallas. But again, if we get word that maybe Dak Prescott's not playing, maybe then we go ahead and switch over to the Vikings. But as of now, I'll assume Dak Prescott's playing, so I'll go ahead and say Dallas. Titans, Colts. I'm already on the Colts. Derrick Henry, will he outrush all the Colts? Yeah, he'll do it. His last 3 games versus the Colts, he's got 103 yards, 178 yards, and 113 yards. He is the offense. I think he'll get it done up over all the other Colts running backs. Will Damian Harris have a rushing touchdown up against the Chargers? I'll go ahead and say no. Total offensive yards for the Bengals going up against the Jets? I'm going to go ahead and say 501 plus, and it's not that much of a stretch because the Jets allow 477 total yards per game, and they're starting Mike White, who took his first NFL snaps last week. I think that's going to be turnovers and a lot of punts. That means a lot of possessions for this Bengals team, so go ahead and give me 501 plus yards. Next one is Steelers-Browns. Who's going to win that game? I'm already on the Browns winning that game. What's going to be the number of TDs and interceptions for Jameis Winston up against these Bucks? I'll go ahead and say 3 or less. And then will the Chiefs win by 10? I'll go ahead and say no, just to mix it up here a little bit. Chiefs aren't really all that great of a team in terms of covering the spread. All right, I'll go ahead and say no, mix it up just a little bit. All right, guys, that's how I'm doing. NFL Week 8. Feels good to be back here with you guys talking NFL football, and feels good putting in our picks for a chance to win all this money. Good luck with your picks, and we'll see you back here for NFL Week number 9. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.